Here's what Russell Westbrook had to say about his role with the Clippers. Ain't nobody better than me coming off the bench in this league. So, Paul, how amazing is it to you that Westbrook takes such pride in his six-man role?
It saved his career, Skip.
Yep.
It saved his career because we saw how when he was coming off the bench for the Lakers, it was kind of like pouting and he wasn't feeling that. And you thought usually that's a sign of you got one foot in the door, one foot out, you know, when superstar players get to the bench. So when he's able to embrace that role and show that he can really be effective in that role, he could play another 4 years like this. You know, we saw certain guys that didn't want to come off the bench. You know, I think it hurt. You know, maybe Iverson could have played a few more years because when he had to start coming off the bench, he wasn't feeling that. He'd rather retire than come off the bench. You know, an ex-MVP, an ex-Olympian, and you got him coming off the bench. A lot of these guys got egos and pride, you know. So for Westbrook to swallow his pride and say, all right, I'm going to embrace this role, he just got himself extra years in the league.
He did.
So I'm proud, and it's changed their season. It's changed their season. I mean, we obviously see when he's out there to when he's not out there how his influence on the Clippers is magnified because his leadership. And when I look at this team, there's no one else I can say is the leader of this team who's emotional, who's going to talk, who's going to hold players accountable, he's going to bring energy. So to me, I think, and I'm happy for him to be accepting this role, and I really believe he's the best sixth man in the league. The numbers won't say it, but the influence of what he brings to the team says a whole lot.
Yeah, because some of the other six men in the league are getting more minutes than Brook is too. So it's almost like they're a starter where he's really a true six-man running the second unit. What do I always say to you, though, Skip, about guys that have one role in their careers as all-stars and Hall of Famers, and then they have to take on a second role? It's all about communication. How you speak to me, how you talk to me to get me to buy into what you're selling. If Darvin Ham, because I was already sold one thing when I signed on with y'all from LeBron James and company. When I made the decision, I made the decision to rock with LeBron. But come to find out, it wasn't the best decision, and we didn't gel the way we needed to. But you, as the head guy, not communicating with me right. You taking me out of games, you frowning at me, you looking at me side-eye. I can feel your energy trickle down to the ninth bench, a ninth seat on the bench, and come through I can feel that energy vibrate. So now you get a Brian Shaw, the assistant, who has a relationship with him, and you get a Ty Lue, who has a strong relationship. Now you got two guys that played in the NBA, that won championships, that knows how to manage him. And when you know how to manage that personality and that person, it's simple. Hey, Paul, man, let me come talk to you. Come to my office for a little bit. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to let you come off. We're going to do it this way. We're going to have you come off.
No, Westbrook actually went to him.
Or whatever the case may be.
But I will
those conversations is being had. How that happens, and you with James Harden, you with Kawhi, and you with PG, and they talking to you. They showing you love.
You're as prideful and as decorated as Westbrook. I'll tell you this, as a player who's been the guy, it's an easier pill to swallow coming behind Harden than it is coming behind Pat Beverly.
Ooh, okay.
You know,
that's big. No, I get that.
Seriously.
That's big. I hadn't thought of it.
Like, when you sitting on the bench, you looking over here like, I know I'm not backing Pat Beverly up, and I'm Westbrook.
Plus, he doesn't even like Pat Beverly.
And you know, like, that's an easier pill to swallow. Like, all right, I can come off the bench for Harden. You know, this is still James Harden. You know, that's an easier one for you to adjust to. And so,
and that's my dude.
And that's my guy. And so, like, if I was Westbrook, I'd be over there, like, pouting too. Like, come on, I know I'm still better than him. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it makes the transition for him to do this on the Clippers a lot better.
And they tried to bring him off the bench with the Lakers, but it was presented to him wrong. You can't present something wrong to an alpha like that. It's not going to go well at all.
He is an alpha.
You just can't. It goes in every single sport. It's the same thing. All of a sudden, I can't play in the field anymore. I got to be the DH. All of a sudden, I'm not the number one receiver. You want me to be the third down dude? You want to, man, please.
Please.
Not going to happen.
Russell Westbrook is a slam dunk first ballot Hall of Famer. because he went 4 out of 5 years averaging a triple-double, something I never thought in my lifetime I would ever see for 1 year, let alone 4 out of 5. Nobody plays harder. Nobody brings more energy to this day than he does, even coming off the bench. And he's not half-hearted coming off the bench. He is all-hearted coming off the bench. He changes games for them. The whole energy and electricity, the game changes, the flow of, you can just feel the energy go up on everybody's part, even on the opponents have to try to ratchet it up because he's going to change the whole vibe of the game. What used to happen was there were 4 times in his career he led this league in turnovers. He's one of the worst three-point shooters. We were talking about LeBron, but Russ is horrendous. So even to this moment, this year, he's shooting 27% from 3.
But he can hit free throws, though. That's the difference with him.
He used to hit them way better than he used to.
I don't know what happened to his free throws. Yeah, his went down, too.
Oh, it did? But he used to hit them.
He used to be like 85.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know what happened there.
But when you make Sixth Man of the Year case for Russ, you look at his own team with Norman Powell. I love Norman Powell because he's just a professional scorer of the basketball. He just knows how to play. And Norman, he plays 26 minutes off the bench to Russ's 23, but he averages 14 points to Russ's 11. So you'd say, well, just as Paul said on stats, I mean, Norman Powell is shooting 44% from 3 to Russ's 27%. So he changes the game, too, because he changes the scoreboard when he comes in. Yeah. And they lean on him in fourth quarters to help bring them home because he's clutch, man. And then Malik Monk in Sacramento comes off the bench, plays 26 minutes. So he's playing almost like starter.
Russ is averaging about 5 assists a game.
He is, which is very good. Off the bench. It's still a career low for him, but coming off the bench in 23 minutes,
so
I got it. And the beauty of him coming off the bench is Ty Lue has cut his turnovers way down, where he's not a liability with the basketball. When he was a Laker, Keyshawn, you remember this, you just hide your eyes. You'd be like, because he just played completely out of control because he was trying too hard.
Yeah, and they didn't know how to get him under control.
No.
He's probably the only 6 man that I would pay to go see. He's probably the only one that I literally...
Nah, Malik Monk.
I don't know if I'll pay to go see him, though. I just like Westbrook's, I don't know, I just like his energy and everything about him. You know, I like the way he carries himself, and he doesn't back down.
I'll give you this. He is a reason they have a chance in the postseason, and I never would have said that anywhere else, man.
Absolutely.
Interesting. All right, speaking of the postseason, are the Bucks about to be one and done in the playoffs? If there's no Giannis, we debate next.
DC's falling inside the mouth. As soon as DC falls, they'll turn on each other.